Welcome to Tony's Timepiece Review, episode fucking 10, 9, I think, 11. Uku is there, right here. She's the producer of the show, like I always say. She's always trying to be a part of it. And today I just wanted to kind of just share with you some of the watches I designed, Anthony Burton Watch Company. And I got my start in the watch industry. I mean, I was a collector, or I was buying watches. I wouldn't say I was a collector. I mean, I was just buying watches because I liked them. And the music industry allowed me to buy higher end watches. Then I would buy them, I would sell them, and then eventually I was able to put money in to start my own company called Anthony Burton Watch Company. And I started off with actually quartz movement watches, which, you know what, I don't have. They're in my closet in a drawer, so I didn't really want to show you the quartz watches. I just wanted to show you the automatics. So the first one that I designed is the Anthony Burton California 67, I called it, meaning California, because that's where I'm from, and 67 is the year I was born. So I just gave away my age, although I look pretty fabulous for being 49 years old. Just kidding. So I used the ETA 2846 movement, from what I believe. Now, this watch, I designed this watch I think around 2003, and I have never serviced this thing, and it runs, and it still keeps really good time. I put an exhibition case back on it. There's nothing decorated on the movement other than it's just the Swiss ETA movement. So I have an alligator strap on this. There was a limited number of these of, I believe, 50, which they're all gone. This is the actual prototype, which I still have. Oops, see if I can get that ABW in there for Anthony Burton Watch Company. The buckle, manual wind, as well as automatic. I actually love this watch. It's 40 millimeter. It actually has the same movement. I did a watch review of my Hamilton that I just got last night. Not last night. I did the watch review I think a couple days ago, and I got the watch a few days ago. But it has the same 2846 movement. I think it's 2846 or 2836, I'm not sure. Same style case, and it wasn't intentional, because I wasn't aware of Hamilton back when I designed this. I mean, I was aware of Hamilton, but not the field with the same case. So 40 millimeter case. I have a mineral crystal on this. I'm really proud of this watch. This is the first watch I made, as far as an automatic goes. And when I say I made it, I didn't make the movement. Just like a lot of companies, I bought the movement and take it from there. But I don't ever wear them. I mean, this thing's beat up. I wore this for a long time, but this stemmed this collection. Now, same movement. It's got the date at the 3 o'clock. Same ETA movement. Onion style crown. This one is a sapphire crystal front, mineral crystal back. Same ETA 2846 movement. It's a workhorse of a movement, and it's a really nice thing. This particular series that I came up with, man, to be honest with you, I was drinking a lot back in those days, and I did everything on my computer. I designed it on my computer. Then I sent it to a dial company. Now, these dials are all hand painted. It was a limited run. These retailed at $3,200. No, sorry, $2,300. And they actually did pretty well. I had some good distribution. Here it is, black. This is the black coral. And the cool thing was I was very motivated to get my watch company going back then. And I also designed the skeleton watch. This one's a actual prototype. This one never came out, but I had a skeleton series, that line that came out, that did really well. I mean, I couldn't make enough of them. This was again, there's only one of these, on the planet. But I did have a skeleton, and this is mechanical, so it's only mechanical, so it's manual wind. You just wind it. And you know, you can see, gosh man, the glare is fucking killing me, man. But I kind of miss, you know, when it's nostalgic, man. And back then I was very tenacious. I was determined to be successful. And there's a watch magazine called Watch Time magazine, which at the time was the biggest watch magazine out there in the United States. And there's an International Watch magazine, you know, different ones. But every year they came out with a buyer's guide, and which educated me on so many different brands. And it's by invitation only. So I contacted them, and they ended up featuring 4 of my watches. So this is I still have the magazine. 2005 Watch Time Buyer's Guide. You got Frank Mueller on the cover. I can't really see what else is on there. But so this page features let's see if I can, the watch I just showed you. It's got the reference, the specs. You know, that was pretty awesome. There's a few other my watches in here that they featured. That was called a diamond. This was my diamond watch, about $8,000 or $9,000. Oops, there goes the page marker. And I don't have any of those. That was a limited run of like 10 pieces, and I gave one to my friend Madison Stone. And but to be in company like this, you know, with some of the biggest top brands, was pretty awesome for someone like me who, you know, really didn't come from a whole lot. You know, I mean, I had to, you know, everything that I came up with, you know, it costs a lot of money, man. Prototypes aren't cheap. You know, you have to pay for the case moldings. You don't just come up with generic cases. The dials. This was based, you know, when I designed this one, I kind of based it off of a Frank Mueller with the actual numbering, but primarily also a Vacheron Constantin, the Overseas collection. I can't remember which one it was. It was so long ago. But this was, you know, like a grail piece to me, man. This is the California 67. I loved it. These ones did good, you know, did well, you know. But these were just designs I just came up with. They're original. I mean, you're not going to ever see a watch like this, or you might, but I came up with this in 2003, you know. And you know, there was just, I like to do things that are kind of different, that haven't really been done, you know. And this again, and those were hand painted dials. And then the skeleton one more time. This one has a sapphire crystal front and back. And, you know, I mean, I like my watches, you know. Unfortunately, the good thing was I did well. I sold a lot of watches. And I had distribution in some high-end luxury watch stores. The problem was that sometimes things can work for you and against you. And things can work against you if you just don't have anyone interested in your watches, or you can have things work against you when you have too much interest and not enough resources to, I mean, I had resources, but I had a lot of interest in my watches and a lot of, but I couldn't keep up with the demand. and it costs a lot of money. You know, it's not it's not cheap. You know, to get into this type of work. You know, so I'm real proud of what I accomplished. You know, I don't usually pat myself on the back, but I kind of I did something that you know, coming from my background, didn't think I could ever really do, you know, and I did it. And so I'm kind of proud of myself, and I think that's why I'm focusing and doing an episode of Anthony Burton. You know, I mean, they're nice timepieces. They're original, and for the time that they were, you know, I mean, again. So, having said all that, my name's Tony Gamble, and I thank you for watching this episode of Tony's Timepiece Review. And cheers, beer, swig. Back to my movie. And now I am going to put my Hamilton back on my wrist and enjoy this one for the rest of the evening. So thank you for watching. Have a good night.